February 10, 2026. This is day 41 of 365 days of our Abundant Life series. Hosea chapter 14 verse 4. I will heal you of your faithlessness. My love will know no bounds, for my anger will be gone forever. Today's topic title, God says, I will heal you of your idolatry. Because I love you, I want to deliver you not only from your general problem with idolatry, but also from the specific day-to-day idols that consume you, control you, and cause conflict with those around you. This won't happen in one sweep or through one great spiritual experience. Instead, I am calling you to identify and confess your idols one by one, and then to cooperate with me as I steadily remove them bit by bit from your heart. This healing process will likely hurt. It hurts to see some of the ugly obsessions of your heart brought out into the open and severed at the root. It hurts to surrender some of your most cherished desires that have become choking demands. To bring healing, my spirit will continue to press and prod through layers of concealment, disguise, and justification. Your idols will not give up their influence easily, but they are no match for the healing power of my spirit. Before I proceed with my reflection, I would like to read first the definition of idolatry. So according in Merriam-Webster, idolatry is the worship of a physical object as a god. It is an immoderate attachment or devotion to something. So idolatry in definition is yun yung pagsamba sa mga imahe, mga ribulto, mga ganyan. So this is a very sensitive topic note because we all know naman na pag sinabing mga ganyan imahe, ribulto, number one na lalabas sa mga utak dahil natin, ay mga Katoliko, mga ganyan. So idolatry, ganyan. So I don't want it to be like parang magiging magulo ba imbis na magkaisa tayo, no, it becomes parang reason na for more division, for more away-away, ganyan. It's not, because in the end we all have the same God. We all iisa lang ang Diyos natin. We just have different, yun nga, parang nagkaiba na lang ng interpretasyon, iba-iba na lang ng the way ng pagsamba, ganyan. Because alam naman natin din na how Catholicism is deeply rooted in Philippines, di ba? So as of 2026 or 2025 ba tong survey na to, it's 76 million in the Philippines are Catholic. So that equates to 81% of the citizens in Philippines are mga Katoliko. And since Catholicism nga na religion has been in the Philippines now for a very long time dahil di ba we were colonized by the Spaniards around 333 years. So imagine, so from 1565 up until ngayon, so religion has been the Catholicism has been part of Philippines na. So it is really deeply rooted na, no, napakaraming mga tradition and culture na ano na ba, na embed na sa mga tao sa Pilipinas. So if we dig into deeper into idolatry at gamitin yung ganyan na argument na it's idolatry dahil imahe, magkakagulo lang tayo. So and that's not the purpose of it, because para sa akin, in the end, no, it is our personal and intimate relationship with God that really matters. So itong mga sinasabi na ribulto, imahe, I just think of it na parang visual aid na lang ba to help bridge nga yung gap between the physical world and the spiritual, the spiritual na. Kasi tayong mga tao, parang it's our human psychology na natin na para bang we really need something to see or hawakan. It just becomes idolatry kung yung focus mo is nasa imahe na lang, nasa ribulto na lang. So that becomes an idolatry. Hindi na yan yung tama. Dapat yung focus pa din talaga is what's in your heart and kung ano yung represent ng imahe ba na meron ka. Bali yung focus mo is ano yung nire-represent, no? and what's really in your heart, ano yung personal ba, yung personal mo na relationship with God, ganun siya. So, and ano pa, so one of the, hindi ko malilimutan na ano, when you go to public school kasi sa Pilipinas, I don't know if ginagawa pa nila until ngayon, no, pero when I was in elementary and high school, merong subject na religion, so may mga papasok na mga religion teacher, ganyan. So isa sa mga di ko malilimutan na one of the topic nung na-topic yung idolatry ba. So let's just say si Mrs. A daw lost her husband, ganun. So namimiss niya. So ayun siya, iyak siya ng iyak, hinahag niya yung picture. So does that mean yung picture yung namimiss at namimiss niya? So it's not. It's the person na yung husband niya yung iniiyakan niya. But yun nga, parang human nature ba yun? Kung bang we need something to parang we need something na parang may makita, may ganyan. So, yun yung image na iniiyakan niya, ganyan. But hindi yung image, yung actual na inahano niya sa feelings niya, bali yung memories ba. So, parang naging visual aid lang or parang naging bridge lang yung image na parang ma-feel niya, ma-connect siya ba to. So, para sa akin, ganun siya, no? Kahit, dahil nga, I have family and friends din na iba-iba kami ng religion ba, and I don't want na para dahil lang sa iba-iba ng way ng pagsamba or dahil meron silang ganyan tapos ako wala, or ganito yung way nila, ako ganito yung way ko, imbis na mag-away-away ba. That's not the point. The point is we have the same God, and instead of it would just cause division and more quarrels pa, mga ganyan. Know what's in their heart. Yun yung importante. Know what's in their heart. Introduce God to them na in the end, it's our faith that will, and God's grace that will save us. Idolatry pala din, no, can also comes in a form of people, things, activities, or even entertainment that we really patronize or prioritize, and then hindi mo na lang nalalaman unconsciously it is already consuming you. So for example, in today's society kasi very very accessible na yung entertainment, information, because of the, di ba, kahit mga bata may mga internet, may mga tab na, and then may mga cellphone at tab na, and then internet has become parang very na ba, like kahit mga bata, like we really need it na for us, kahit sa mga school, mga ganyan. So but unfortunately din kasi this advancement, it's a good advancement, at the same time napakalaki din ng impact, no, na pwede din siyang gamitin ba in bad ways na nakaka-influence, mga ganyan. So there are also really things kasi na that comes in a form of entertainment, and then we get hooked to it, and then ayun na ano na natin ba, parang because we always see it or we always hear it, nino-normalize na, and what is supposed to be wrong and what is supposed sana na immorally wrong, inaano na, parang nino-normalize ba na ay okay lang pala yung ganito, ay okay lang pala ang ganyan. So ano siya, so tayo din, we really have to be, we have this responsibility ba na i-regulate, and we should always have this firm stand ba kung ano yung tama at kung ano yung mali, ganyan siya. Millennials pala, no, are the last generation to experience life without social media. So as someone na naka-experience na kung ano yung life na walang social media at ano yung life na meron na ganito, and the internet access na very na siya, very easy na lang ba, I could really attest na it really changed how our society looks like, and so it could also really big impact din talaga ba? It could really have a really big impact then on how the next generation, especially yung mga bata, mga younger generation ba, ano yung mga nakikita nila, naririnig nila, because that would really influence them on how they act then, on how they think. So, it is important na i-regulate talaga for a better future.